I would like to show you right now a little bit of the actual videos, a little bit of the actual work. Let's look at the content. If you're somebody who likes movie previews when you go to the movies, if you're somebody who likes video game, like you get the demo or you see the preview, well, this is exactly what we're going to look at right now, my friends. I hope you enjoy. Alors, this is my friendly face over here. Let's check it out. Let's go with this one. L'affaire avec tact. Une affaire, or an affair, comes from French. That's just the way it is. Is d'accord now, but French. Alors, your request, une demande. To demand, not quite. Let's go with une demande is a request. Wonderful. Traiter l'affaire, il a traité l'affaire, he dealt with the matter with tact. See a lot of details with every answer. Let's check out this one. Je lui ai demandé, let me fast forward as we move along here. This gives you a good idea of how I teach. These are the slides that you will get. You will obtain this information along with the training. Alors, very thorough, very accurate. We need to know this. Once you know it forever. I will definitely detect. We will be using the English language knowledge. You see, this is some of the stuff, the content here. Okay, let's go and check this one out. Alors, we've got this information, and we continue. The order of the pronouns, very good. These are slides that you will have, they will have access to. D'accord? And so, we get to look at every question here. Very fun. Let's take a look at other content. I've got apps. D'accord? I believe that is the content. When you go on the webpage, you will have the introduction to the program. D'accord? I explain a bit about myself. Here, I explain how my father was a translator, how my mother was a translator, and how that made me a champion regionally, and how I teach French and English. I show you here the curriculum. You can see. And I'll just look at the verb section. And as I mentioned, we'll look at the things in common. We'll look at the nouns, the adjectives, the verbs, vocab acquisition. Look at the verbs. These are small videos here. These are about 5-10 minutes each, but they are very well put together and in a comprehensive way, as we should. Alors, we do have teaching methods from the past. Pédagogie. I didn't reinvent the wheel here. I just adjusted it for an English language speaker. How faster, how much more accurately can you learn than if you have a basis from your own language, and so on. Then we've got here, let's say la grammaire, these videos. Alors, you see, this is almost an hour of training, just 10 questions, because it's actually 2 hours of training here. Parce que we go in great depth. We need to pick up the words. We need to pick up the grammar. Every question that we will look at covers 1 or 2 grammar teachings, and we will see it in a constructive, in a pragmatic way. Plus, you have all the notes, and they are easy for you to download inside of each lesson. You can download everything that you get from me here. Alors, very accurate. We'll look at concrete questions. Where do you work? What do you do? And so on. Question by question, the evolution. How are you giving enough details here? Is this accurate? And so on. And please understand that this is how you will pass all 3 language tests from the Government of Canada. This training here is designed for you to work in French. I could teach you French for cooking classes. I could teach you how to dance in French and how to live in French and so on. But the idea here is I want you to successfully work in French. That's what the Public Service Commission wants from you. That's why they test you. If you are crippled with fear when you speak French, you might be a wonderful poet, a true literary, treasure, a treasure in French. But if you don't speak it, we can't really work with you. And so on, for example. Alors, I have a launching price here. It's a fairly modest. Let's go with this. I'm the cheapest language school in the nation business. But I can tell you that at my rate, and that's learning extremely quickly, I get tremendous results. I'd say a CBB, an average language school, will quote you for 100 hours, and their rate is over $50, $60 an hour. We're talking about $6,000. I'd say I'm giving you a great deal here. It's the very best training in the nation, the best school with the best reputation, learning a North American, Canadian productive French for your test at a very low price. And why? Well, because I'm hoping to reach many more people. If I can reach a wide number of people, I will make a good living. Also, I'm teaching all the same stuff, and everybody's very happy with the training. I'm talking about everybody. My success rate is nearly 100%. Even at the niveau C, very few people don't pass, and that is tremendous. And so I'm like a hidden secret here. I want people to have access to this. I could save every ministry millions upon millions of dollars. Now, I'm not asking for much. I just want my share parce que I will be working with you also. You will have access to me whenever you want. I believe you will succeed. Here are some hidden perks of dealing with me. I've got apps. I'm a former programmer. Alors, I've got apps. These are ways that I was taught. Alors, agir, 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 to act, agir, to act. All right, I did it 4 times. If you do these words 10 times each, they're keywords. D'accord? Vocabulaire précis. I've got it in there. Here's some other stuff. Okay, let's look at this. Vocabulaire précis. I'm sure I could find one fairly quickly. Alors, this will be fun. This you can do on the phone. You can do on the on the website here, on a website. Alors, this is included in the package. This is all free. There will be no additional fee at any point. Alors, on continue. On va trouver un terme quelque part. Se trouver. And booyah. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that great work? D'accord. Let's go with this one. Alors, these are key verbs. I need my key verbs. Agir, to act. D'accord. I want, I think I know the answer here. Alors, I'm going to go with entendre. There you go. I love it. Let's go with this one. This is, d'accord. Permettre. Same one again. Alors, you might have noticed. Mot caché. You get that app. Désembrouillé, you get that app. Let's go with bonhomme pendu. People don't really like that idea anymore. We shouldn't be hanging people. I feel very violent here. Hanging stickmen. Not very proper. Vocabulaire précis. Okay. Alors, currently, and so you have all these words. Bonhomme pendu for the VIP. This is professional French language for the workplace. And every one of these apps, you will have the knowledge. I don't show it right off the bat, but you have the list of words. I want you to have this knowledge. I want you to have access to these words. There is a finite amount of knowledge that you need to know. But once you know it, you are set for life, and you will be the most professional speaker, whether you are English or German or anything else. Whatever accent you may have, you will be speaking professionally. You see, we've got this vocab here available. Bonhomme pendu, les verbes, those are crucial words. All the verbs we need, and check it out. These are key verbs. Some of them have a little mirror because they're reflexive verbs. D'accord? We've got verbs that you need to know, things that you would not know from English. D'accord? Very accurate stuff. Alors, we'll focus on the stuff that you do know because you know English, and so on. And that is it, my friend. Carte claire. Alors, in French, verbs will have a or de. We can't have I put in and I put up and I put down and I put forward and I've put together. I don't have many like that. A verb can have a, de, or nothing at all. And so, my friend, attendre, I'm waiting for in English. I don't wait for anything in French. I can wait a, de, or nothing. Attendre, there you go. Let's go with, what's the next one? S'attendre. S'attendre, it looks like attendre. This is a key verb here. S'attendre à, to expect. That's why it's a little key. And check it out. I want you to learn. You can do a little test. Here's a complete list of the words. D'accord, you've got a little checklist to keep it up. If you want to start over, my friend. Reinitialize it. D'accord. Alors, something like that, you see? And so, you've got great tools for you on the go, on the computer, at work, at home, and so on, allowing you to learn wherever you want. Other words. D'accord, let's go with le vocabulaire précis. Vocabulaire impératif professionnel. These are words that you should know that you would not know from English. Alors, let's go with, I don't know, let's go with F here. Faire connaître, I say to let someone know something. To let know. To inform. Ha! You see, I'm not so good at this, am I? Faire connaître. D'accord. Alors, to inform. Well, I feel a little better already. D'accord. Let's go with the next word. Okay, faire face à, faire l'objet de, faire mention de, faire partie de, to be a part of. Faire partie, to be a part of. Ah, wonderbar. Alors, you see, we've got the complete list. I could do a test. I've got the words. I get to pick them up. If I give you a sheet of paper, I tell you, learn this, print this list. Here's the dictionary. I could also waste a lot of your time. Hey, let's do some flashcards. I see a lot of language schools, they do this. We start every session with flashcards. You know what we should do at the beginning of a session? Engage in oral communication, the hardest stuff. Your brain is fresh and ready to rock, ready to go. Alors, let's do this. What is bonjour? Stuff like that. Alors, we don't want any of that garbage. I think you can use the apps. You have the knowledge. There's many approaches here. Alors, the idea, you can have fun with some of these to unscramble the words, the what do you call them? The hangman, which is, not very ethical, perhaps, but the core knowledge. Rewriting the words, these are key words that you should probably know. You should know the spelling of them. These words, verb a, de, or nothing. You need to know. You need to know the correct one. The exact words, you can know how to translate these words. You should know them. You will pass your 3 tests very well. Let's go with this idea. If you're a young public servant, now you've seen French in high school, but it's not the same kind of French. And you are spending a lot getting it from elsewhere, which is kind of discouraging you on 2 levels. First, because it's very slow, and secondly, because basically, you are paying up the roof. Alors, you're not really in good hands here. And then your teacher, well, yeah, sure, he's from Cameroon or she's from Belgium or whatever. They sound like they are reliable. They're from a French nation. Are they public servants? I was a public servant for a very short while. I didn't really like it myself. But that's because I worked as a programmer. Not ideal. The private sector is a bit better. That was at the time. I have been a teacher my whole life, in a sense. I attended English language high school. Here's the point, is that as a young public servant and so on, every year you might get a bilingualism bonus. A bonus because you have both languages. Now, already you're getting more opportunities. You're going to move up, and we can trust you with more content because we are sure to not have a communication issue, not to have a liability issue because you said the wrong thing, said something in the media which was wrong. Alors, already you got more opportunities, but then you're getting a financial bonus. 10 years. Let's go with 15 years, 20 years. This content here will get you a fortune. I'm basically allowing you to print money with a very cheap, extremely accurate training. I want everyone to have access to this, which is why I put it on Thinkific. Thinkific is wonderful, and it allows you to make payments if you want, and so on. It is the very best idea. My name is Gabi, my friends, and I hope to see you enroll. I hope that this was a good example of what the training is. I hope this was a good opportunity for you to get familiar with the content, as well as with all the stuff you get, a quick sneak peek, a quick preview. Maybe I can show you a quick thing again. D'accord. Of course, I want you to speak the way you would like to speak, but let's go with, as a strict minimum, that's great content, but is in a professional way. Is that you should not care. You have a message. That's wonderful. These are what the videos look like. This is what your takeaway will be. Here are some of the notes. Here's what the notes will look at. You'll be able to download stuff that looks like this. This will be yours to study, for your own personal content. D'accord. Alors, I'm going very quickly here because, well, to sign up if you want it. You see it, you get to see it. I'm very color coordinated. It makes a lot of sense. This would be excellent training, my friends. I wish you very well, and join me on Thinkific, Gift of the Gab, FLS.thinkific.com. I look forward to it. I'm here to answer any question you may have. And ladies and gentlemen, this was a quick preview of the apps, of the content, of the actual content itself, the teachings, Thinkific also, and what it looks like. This was also a nice opportunity to introduce myself, but also to show you the criterias, to offer my video training online, to explain to you what is the distinction between un niveau B and un niveau C. Also to show you the paths throughout the training, what we'll do. Get familiar. You get a lot of content for a very low price. And so my goal is for everyone in the nation to speak French. I've suffered a lot because I was not speaking the right French, because I'm not from Canada originally on my mother's side. I also had a lot of grief because I was a French speaker or in the English school board. And then I got a lot of grief because my friends would be English speakers because I learned English. I was a trader and so on. Let all the past be in the past. Do not suffer. Let's all move forward together. One nation, very strong, speaking both languages at this cost. If there is a problem with the content, you don't like it, it doesn't work, you're not getting the results, which is basically impossible, but whatever, I'm here, I'm listening. If there's a problem, I guarantee that your satisfaction. I guarantee your results or your money back. I doubt that will happen. I doubt there will be any problems. Whether you speak a little bit, a lot, whether it's for one test, all three tests, whatever, the bundle covers everything. I look forward to see you join in. I will be showing you a little bit of the content here. We discussed how the program works. We are discussing what the distinction between a B and a C is. Very few people can do that. Very few people know that. The Public Service Commission knows. They know. They talk to me. I appreciate it. And so on. And we look at the content. We look at the apps. We look at Thinkific. This is the program. This is how they will show it to you. You will have, every time you click on something, you get an entire class, the entire training that I would teach you one-on-one if I ever got to meet you one-on-one. There's just not enough of me to go around. This is the idea here. You are sure to succeed. And so that is my ultimate goal. We've got apps to help you learn on the go, to have fun with. You're learning from the very best, the best techniques, the best method. The content is offered to you. It's available to you. And of course, please check out. Let me move my face over here. Gift of the Gab, FLS. Français langue seconde. Gift of the Gab, FLS. Thinkific.com, and you will find my content. Enroll now. This is the best move you'll make this year. This is the best move you'll make in your career. I assure you. Whether you have to pay out of pocket or your employer is supportive. If your employer is supportive, very good. Worst case, you have questions, contact me. Alors, please, do not hesitate. Thinkific.com, Gift of the Gab, FLS.thinkific.com. Join in, check it out. It is designed for learning. I will do a wonderful job. I've been doing it for a decade with a nearly 100% success rate, whether you need a B or a C, and I've got plenty of people that are exemptions, but feel free to check out a little bit my reviews. I'm the very best teacher. I have the best program in the nation. I don't hide it. Check out the website. Check out the awards. I'm an award-winning teacher with award-winning program. I love what I do, and I want you to succeed, my friends. GiftoftheGab.ca. I look forward to working with any and absolutely every one of you.